Welcome back to TCT Bass Fishing, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are here with a new video for you guys that you guys have actually been asking for quite some time now. So we're here to deliver it to you. I took a poll over on Instagram and YouTube, and 90% of you guys said y'all wanted this video right here, right now. So we're gonna give it to you guys, and that is gonna be my top 5 baits this spring to go out there and catch some giant bass, dude. Now is an amazing time to go out there, whether you're on a lake or a pond, and go out there and catch an absolute giant bass, whether it's your PB or just an absolute lunker to share with your friends, man. It is an absolute great time to go out there. So make sure to stay tuned and learn some new baits or some baits you already know about and how to catch these giant bass. So stay tuned, make sure to please like and subscribe and enjoy the video, and let's go. Alright, you guys, we're going to start off the video here giving y'all a little bit more than what y'all asked for, and we're going to be giving y'all an honorable mention to start out the video, and we're going to be saying that our honorable mention for this video is going to be a glide bait, man. Some of y'all are probably like, oh my gosh, TCT's telling me to buy a $100 glide bait right now. Are you kidding me? No, I would not do that. That is insane. And that is why you go over to Fulcrum baits right here and use code TCT for Fulcrum to get 15% off of these glide baits that are already at a super amazing and affordable price. These glide baits were $25 a piece, which that is an absolute amazing price because there's so many glide baits out there that are $80 to $150, and you can get something just as good for such a more price efficient price. So make sure to go check out Fulcrum baits and use code TCT for Fulcrum for 15% off and get on some giant bass, because dude, these things, as you can tell, are already huge. Big bait equals big fish, man. That's all you gotta know. Let's move on to number 5. Alright, you guys, and at number 5 is a bait that I absolutely love to throw all springtime. Pre-spawn, post-spawn, and spawn are all beautiful and amazing times to throw this bait. It is an absolute killer, and all you gotta do is fish along your banks and just watch the bass eat it. And that is gonna be the spinner bait. This is my personal favorite. This is the War Eagle spinner bait. Absolutely amazing bait to just go out there and catch some absolute giant bass and good bass and get some good numbers and just catch literally multiple bass. I think yesterday I was fishing this bait and caught like 7 bass with it. It's absolutely crazy what this spinnerbait can do, and I like it for 3 reasons. 1, covering water with the spinnerbait is just absolutely perfect. Whether you're on a big pond, a small pond, or even in the lakes, you can just walk around and throw this spinnerbait along the bank line and just slow retrieve it, and you can just watch the bass eat it. During this time, during spring, it's starting to warm up. A lot of the bass are pushing up shallower and shallower, and during that time, man, they are going to be looking for bait and things to eat. And even during spawn, they're super aggressive and just waiting to absolutely maul a bait because they're trying to protect their beds and protect their eggs. So all those things like that, man. The other reason I like this bait is the skirt. As you can tell here, look at this. I'm just hitting it with my finger. So much action going on there. And when you're fishing on these banks, it's going to draw so much attention to this spinnerbait, and the bass are going to be super mad and angry and just fed up, man, and wanting to eat something because they're protecting their beds, and they see this that can look like a predator or something that's trying to eat their eggs or attack their bed or anything like that. They're going to absolutely smack the spinnerbait. And my third and final reason why I love the spinnerbait during the springtime are simply these blades right here. On days like today, you can obviously tell it's super cloudy, overcast. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, midday, and it looks like it could be nighttime, but it's not because the weather sucks. But with that being said, man, these blades here, you throw it along your bank lines and they reflect the little light that there is outside in the water, and it just causes for so much flash, and these bass will catch it in the corner of their eye, and they'll swing on it just like that, man, and they'll turn around and go smack it. I was fishing this bait the other day and literally caught 7 fish along the banks with this exact spinnerbait. Don't get me wrong, man, spinnerbaits during spring will absolutely catch them. So make sure to throw spinnerbaits in your spring. And now to number 4. Alright, you guys, and at number 4 is an amazing bait to throw during the spring. You can punch grass, you can throw on beds, or you can just throw it along the banks, flip docks. You can do all sorts of things with this bait. And this is going to be your jigs right here, man. As soon as I get them untangled, I can show you. Okay, we have this jig right here is going to be one of our options. I mean, you don't have to listen to me, but this is a jig that I like to throw. Has a nice natural color, and also I threw a bandito bug. I don't know if you can see that. A bandito bug trailer on there to just give you a little bit more action. So that's one. And then we have one of my personal favorites is going to be the football jig here. As you can see there, get the camera focused in on that. That's the football jig. It's called that because this right here looks like a football. It's pretty self-explanatory. But you can throw this, like I said, on docks, punch grass, throw it on beds. You can throw a trailer on there, you can throw an X-Zone crawl, you can throw a Guggen Kraken crawl, you can throw a Bandito bug, you can throw anything you want, and make that the trailer of your jig just to give it that much more action. And when you throw it out of bed, it's just going to be that much more annoying, and these bats are just going to want to smoke it. So yeah, man, that's going to do it for number 4, is going to be your jigs. An absolute great bait to throw during the spring. So make sure to get you a couple jigs for a nice affordable price, and I'll see you at number 3. Let's go. And at number 3 is a bait I absolutely love to throw in the spring, and sight fish. It's probably one of my favorite baits to throw during spring all time, just because sight fishing is so much fun. It's so fun to just watch these fish slowly get more and more angry and just destroy your bait and just hook set them, man. It's so fun. But man, number 3 is going to be your Texas rigged crawl. Right here we have the what is this called? Guggen Kraken crawl, man. A bait that I actually caught my previous PB on last spring on a bed. That was super fun. And then we have the X-Zone the X-Zone adrenaline crawl right here, another beautiful bait. And the cool thing that's different about this than the Kraken crawl is, on the X-Zone crawl, the claws actually float. So they'll be sitting there like this, but the claws will be floating up, and it kind of looks like a crawfish in like fighting position almost, like they got their hands up ready to throw some hands or something. But man, like if you know anything about crawfish whatsoever, when they're intimidated, they'll put their claws up and they'll look like they're trying to like ready to fight. And that's pretty much what this adrenaline X-Zone crawl does. An absolute great bait to go out there, Texas rig it up, throw it on some baits and catch them. And another crawl that we got for you guys is another Guggen Kraken crawl, but this one is a nice vibrant red color. And sometimes the fish just love that bright, maybe not love, they actually kind of hate the red vibrant bright color, but they hate it and they'll eat it because it's so annoying and in their face and vibrant, and just literally makes them mad seeing this bright old highlighter in their face, and they'll just eat it out of anger. And that's when you hook set and you get you a nice old bass. So that's gonna do it for number 3. I'll see you at number 2. Let's go. Alright you guys, and at number 2 is a bait that I absolutely love to throw. Hands down my favorite moving bait for the springtime and even leading into summer. It's just an amazing bait, and just all you gotta do is cast it out there and just retrieve it. It doesn't even take much skill, you just gotta retrieve it. And it's so fun because you catch fish with the least amount of effort possible. And that is gonna be a bait that I actually have tied on right now. I just had to bring my entire rod. And that is gonna be the chatter bait. Some call it a chatter donk, some call it a thunder cricket, some people even call it a jackhammer. I just call it a chatter bait. But man, whatever you call it, man, I do not care. You get the point. It catches fish. It's that simple. This is a Z-Man chatterbait right here with a X-Zone 4-inch swammer as the trailer. All you gotta say is, man, you know this thing catches fish when the paint's coming off of its dome. Just check that out. The paint is literally just chipping away, man. We be catching so much fish with this chatterbait. You gotta go get it. All you gotta do is throw it along your banks, throw it along your crass lines, and you'll just watch this thing do magic, and you'll catch so many fish time and time again. I actually have a video for you guys coming out pretty shortly that I actually use this bait and catch some good fish on this bait as well. So man, if you want to go catch some good bass, some big bass, and some beautiful bass during spring, go get you a nice thunder, cricket, jackhammer, chatterbait, whatever you want to call it, man. Go get you one and get you an X-Zone swimmer and tie it on the back and go watch the magic happen. Now to number 1. Let's go. Alright you guys, and at number 1 is going to be a bait that is hands down the most consistent bait, and a bait I love to throw when I am down bad and I just need a bite and I need to feel some tension on my line. This bait is literally so consistent that it is that reliable, and that is going to be your Senko. This is the X-Zone True Center Stick 5-inch Senko right here. Absolutely beautiful, and it's so easy to fish. All you gotta do is get your little hook, see if the camera, oh, camera focus pretty good. Yep, little hook just like that, and all you gotta do is tie your little knot on there at the end, and then after that you just grab your Senko, grab your hook, and literally right through the middle you just hook it right into the Senko. Oh wow, I cannot see that at all. You just hook it right into the Senko just like this. Whoop, that's it. That's all you do, and now it's rigged up and ready to go, and your Senko is ready to rock and roll. All you do is just throw it out there, preferably around the banks, but you don't want to throw this in too much grass or lily pads or things like that, because this thing will get caught up pretty easily, especially if you hook it with the hook exposed like I do. I honestly throw it with the hook exposed a lot. I'm waiting for my camera to focus, and there we go. The hook for me is normally always exposed, but I try my best to keep it away from structure and things like that, because you can lose a lot of these wacky rigged Senkos, because they hook up the stuff pretty easily with the hook exposed like this. But hands down, man, if you want to catch a fish, and if you're new to bass fishing and you just want to learn how the heck do I catch a bass, right here, Moneyball. I promise you, you'll catch fish. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I just threw the wacky rig. That's gonna do it for today's video, you guys. But man, I hope y'all learned something. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because we are on an absolute race to 5,000 subscribers before summertime. And we're closing in a lot faster than I expected, thanks to you guys. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope y'all learned something today and enjoyed the video. Until next time, where we learn a little bit more about bass fishing, peace out.
For this life I cannot change.